Good morning. This is Alexis Parker sitting in with Giovanni Gallucci, and this is the Daily Trend Report.
Morning, Alexis. Your morning operator read on what's actually moving in outdoor lifestyle, clean label food and beverage, and content. Good to have you in. What's the morning look like over your way?
Lights coming in slow this morning, the kind that takes its time deciding whether to show up. Coffee's in the brass mug. Ruby's already asleep on the rug, completely uninterested in any of it.
Sunrise shoot today?
Went out before 5. Side of a brick warehouse over in Deep Ellum. Light hit the wall and held there for about 4 minutes. Then it was gone. The wall didn't care either way.
You always frame it that way, like the morning's a thing you have to catch.
It is, and every morning's a little different. That's the part I keep coming back to. The repeat isn't the photograph, it's the noticing.
All right, 3 sections today. First, clean label food and beverage, where the prebiotic soda crowd is meeting the plaintiff's bar and the seed oil call-out just hit federal guidance. Second, outdoor lifestyle, where the $100,000 overland rig is officially out of fashion. And third, content, social, and AI, where Instagram quietly rewrote the rules in April and most brand calendars haven't caught up. Let's go. This is where the reports actually disagreed, and they did it in an interesting way.
Grok had a bullish piece on protein soda. ChatGPT, about an hour later, was reading the obituary on prebiotic soda. Same news cycle, 2 different funerals.
Walk me through both.
Grok says Arla Foods confirmed major brands are building protein sodas. 12 to 15 grams of protein, clean label whey, carbonated, sitting next to the seltzers. 18-month window before the category locks in.
And ChatGPT.
Olipop is defending a class action that calls its drinks basically sugared water. Poppi already settled a similar suit for $8.9 million. The fiber doses in the cans are too small to deliver what the marketing implies. Independent researchers at Illinois have been on record over a year.
So, one report selling the next launch, the other's reading the obituary on the last one.
Both can be true.
Both can be true. But here's where I'd push hard on the protein soda hype.
Push.
This is the same shape prebiotic soda was in 2022. Big category math. 33 million in January of 2022 to 777 million in January of 2025. 20-fold growth in 3 years. And now here we are with the lawsuits. Olipop's valued at $1.85 billion. PepsiCo bought Poppi for $1.95. The category is fine. The marketing copy is what's on trial.
If you're a small clean label brand looking at the protein soda window, the lesson is not move fast. The lesson is lead with receipts.
Source, strain, realistic timeline, the actual math on protein and fiber per serving. Print it on the can if you have to. Customers will read the can. They've been reading cans since long before anyone called it a content strategy.
Anyone vibes coding their marketing copy is a class action waiting for a plaintiff.
That's the line from ChatGPT, and it's the right one.
Second pattern, the seed oil call-out. Avocado oil is the new cane sugar of the snack aisle, whether the science backs the panic or not.
Jackson's, Sochil, Terranian, and Malibaz's IO all moved between Expo West and May. Seed Oil Free Alliance certification jumped 216% year over year in Q1. About 28% of Americans now actively avoid refined seed oils. Louisiana is requiring restaurants to disclose canola, soybean, corn, and sunflower oil use.
An oil call-out on the front of pack is table stakes for clean label now.
And the brand-safe way to do it is no panic, no science fight, just, we use this because our customers asked.
Restraint is the brand-safe move. Same as photography. Don't overstage the bottle. Put it in the frame, let the light land where it lands, and trust the picture to do its job.
Third pattern in food and bev. The UPF backlash just hit federal guidance, and the protein bar aisle is already bleeding.
HHS issued the first formal guidance on avoiding highly processed food in early 2026. Joe Wicks's documentary specifically framed protein bars as ultra-processed. 80% of Americans now check processing level before buying.
Meanwhile, cottage cheese, which is one ingredient, is up 20% year over year. and the supply still can't catch demand. Old food's having a comeback because new food got too clever.
For 10 years, the protein number was the headline. In 2026, it isn't enough.
If the back of the pack has more than 7 ingredients and the front says high protein, that gap is now visible to the buyer.
The move is a founder-led "What's in our bar" carousel that walks through every ingredient by name. If you flinch on any of them, that's the reformulation list.
Okay, 3 things you can actually do today. 1. Audit your front of pack today. If your copy says supports gut health, boosts immunity, or fuels recovery, find the data that backs the claim by Friday. If you don't have it, rewrite the copy before someone with a law degree does it for you.
2. Add an oil callout if you haven't. Print what you actually use on the front of pack. No science fight, no panic copy, just "we use this because our customers asked." 3. Shoot a founder-led ingredient walkthrough this week. 1 take, kitchen counter, every ingredient by name and what it's doing. If you flinch on any one of them, that's the next quarter's reformulation memo.
3 of the reports landed on the same thing this morning, and the magazines are already in defense mode.
The $100,000 overland rig is officially out of fashion. ChatGPT led with it. Outside ran a piece called "In Defense of Overlanding." Because the backlash got loud enough, the category needed defending.
When a magazine has to defend a thing in print, the thing's already in trouble.
Pinterest searches for "no phone summer" are up 340%. Adventure camping is up 44%. People want to go outside without buying a vehicle to do it.
Here's what I'd tell an outdoor brand. The 3 words doing more work than any spec sheet are "fits your truck."
That's the phrase from the ChatGPT report. And the photo that converts is a real family in a real driveway loading a beat-up SUV. Not an influencer with a $40,000 build.
The aesthetic of pretension is over. The aesthetic of usability is in. Beat-up truck in a real driveway, honest as a flat tire on a Sunday.
And Grok's piece on camp coffee is the cleanest read on the new outdoor aesthetic. Small stove on a flat rock, blue enamel mug, steam and cold air, hands on the cup. It's not a product shot. It's a small ceremony. And people are watching the ceremony.
You'd shoot that in your sleep.
I do shoot that in my sleep. It's the 5 minutes after the water boils that the audience engages with, not the gear.
So an outdoor brand selling stoves or mugs right now should shoot the ritual, not the product.
Send it to a creator who already posts the format. Don't art direct it into oblivion.
Gemini had a wrinkle on this. The new luxury in outdoor isn't watts, it's decibels.
Say more.
Campgrounds going to 24/7 quiet hours, gas generators getting banned. KOA's 2026 Outlook calls it out. The buyer's paying premium for a portable power station that runs at 30 decibels instead of 50.
So put the sound spec on the hero image, above the wattage.
First brand to do that owns the search rank for the next 18 months.
Ties to the mental health angle. 49% of campers in 2026 book trips specifically to sleep better. 81% report better sleep or lower stress after time outdoors.
Which means the neighbor's generator at 6 a.m. isn't a nuisance. It's a refund request.
Right.
One more piece on outdoor before we wrap. Public lands. The Department of the Interior rescinded the BLM Public Lands Rule on May 12th. 245 million acres. Conservation no longer gets equal footing with grazing, mining, and drilling.
Outdoor Alliance, Backcountry Hunters and Anglers, the Hunter-Angler Coalition were in statement mode within 48 hours. The story is anchoring outdoor trade press all week.
Look, this isn't a post a vague nature photo moment. The brands that sell to public land users have a base that's paying attention and counting who showed up. Silence reads as a position, whether you wanted a position or not. Whatever yours is, take it in a 5-sentence founder video posted before Wednesday. Plain spoken. Not a press release, not a graphic.
1 take, 1 human, real face. The same trust signal we've been talking about all morning.
3 moves before we move on. 1. Reshoot your hero image today. Real family, real driveway, stock SUV or beat-up truck, actual gear getting loaded. If your hero is an $80,000 build, swap it before Friday. 2. If you sell power, add the decibel rating to the hero image and the front of pack copy. Above the wattage. The first brand in your category to make sound the primary spec owns the search rank.
3. If your brand sells to public land users, put one founder-led 5-sentence video on the Public Lands Rule rescission before Wednesday. One take, real face, plain spoken. Silence reads as a position. Take the one that's actually yours.
This is the one every operator listening needs to absorb today, because Instagram quietly rewrote the entire organic playbook in about 3 weeks, and most brand accounts haven't caught up.
Messeri confirmed on a reel April 30th. Accounts that post 10 or more reposts in a 30-day window are off Explore. Claude pulled the date. Grok flagged the hashtag CAP. 5 now.
And the bigger shift.
DM shares are the ranking signal. ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini all converged on it. One share to a friend is worth about 15 likes in the model. Likes are decoration.
That's a hard line to absorb if your whole calendar is screenshots with a watermark. The cheap calendar's dead, and nobody's going to send flowers.
If the calendar's cheap, the reach is already gone.
Here's the test I'd give a brand listening right now. Pull your last 20 Instagram posts. For each one, picture a real person in your audience. Would they actually open their messages and send this to a friend by name?
That's the photograph test. Is there a person on the other side of it?
If the answer is no, the post is going to underperform no matter how clean the production is.
Second pattern. 3 of 5 models flagged the anti-AI slop wave, Copilot led. YouTube wiped 4.7 billion views in an enforcement sweep against mass-produced AI content. Consumer preference for AI-generated creator content dropped from 60% 2 years ago to 26% now.
60 to 26 in 2 years. That's not a slow shift. That's somebody throwing the brakes.
Gemini hit the same thing through a different lens. Lo-fi content pulls about twice the comments of polished campaign posts. 88% of viewers say they like seeing creators show flaws.
Here's where I want to push back because lo-fi gets oversimplified.
Push.
When people say lo-fi wins, what they mean is honest wins. Honest isn't shaky iPhone footage of nothing. It's a real person, on camera, saying something a real person would say.
Right. The look is downstream of the trust. The aesthetic doesn't come first, the truth does. Same as a photograph. If the picture doesn't have a person in it, no amount of grain saves it.
If the founder reads a model-written script in a coffee shop voice, the audience can hear it. Doesn't matter how rough the framing is. Bad coffee in a nice mug is still bad coffee.
So the rule isn't shoot rougher. The rule is say something true and let the framing be what it is. On a Tuesday, with one take.
That's the rule.
Third pattern, stop launching campaigns, launch a show. Gemini and Copilot both put it near the top. Serialized short form. Same host, same opening, same drop day. A story arc that runs across multiple episodes.
This is the one I've been telling clients about for 2 years and watching them resist.
Why is it hard for brand teams?
Because campaigns have an end date. A campaign goes on a deck and into a Q4 review. A show is just on. You commit to it past the next budget cycle. Brand teams love a launch. They have a harder time loving a habit.
Which is exactly why it works. Subscribers compound. One-offs don't.
Pick the format. Pick a host. Pick a publish day. Freeze it. Run 6 episodes before you judge it.
6 is the right number. 2 doesn't teach the audience the rhythm.
And one more. The LinkedIn PDF carousel is the highest engagement format on any platform right now. Document posts averaging 6.6% engagement versus 1.8 for video. B2B brands posting 5 to 15 slide PDFs native are seeing a 14% year-over-year lift.
Personal profiles still beat company pages on reach. 60% of B2B buyers discover brands through creator content before they ever fill out a form.
If your team has a webinar deck or a blog series sitting in a Notion folder, that's a high-performing post you haven't published yet. Here's what to actually do with all of that. 1. Run the share test on your last 20 Instagram posts. Picture a real person on the other side of the screen. If you wouldn't DM the post to a friend by name, kill the format and don't run it again. 2. Cut your hashtag list to 5. Pick a single lane. Stay in it for 90 days. Help the algorithm file you under a category.
3. Take one long-form piece you already own, convert it into a 10-slide PDF carousel, and post it native on LinkedIn with no link in the primary post. Link in the first comment. Pair it with a matching personal post from a real human on the team.
Before we go, real quick, if what you're hearing on this show is useful, you should know what I do for a living. I run gallucci, which is my operator-side personal brand, and Marfa Strategies, the agency I run out of Dallas. The work right now is building AI-powered content and social media pipelines for brands in outdoor lifestyle and clean label food and beverage. The exact kind of pipeline that produced this episode. Daily cross LLM trend intelligence, automated content production, brand voice locked publishing, the whole stack.
If you're running social or content for a brand in either of those lanes, and you need an outside operator who can sit next to you and build a system that compounds instead of a campaign that expires, that's the work.
Find me at gallucci.net or DM at gallucci.net on Instagram or LinkedIn. We'll be back tomorrow.
Talk tomorrow.